Let me ask you something. You're a salesperson. You know how to talk to people. You know how to close. You've probably helped other businesses make a lot of money, and you've gotten a commission check while they kept the rest. What if I told you there's a business model specifically built for you, where AI handles 100% of the fulfillment, 100% of the back-end infrastructure, and all you have to do is sell. No employees, no tech headaches, no managing a team of virtual assistants, no building funnels at 2 a.m. Just you, your phone, your conversations, and a recurring check of $3,000 to $5,000 per client every single month. Now, before you think this sounds like another guru promise, I want to show you the actual math on this, because I think once you see the numbers, specifically the return on investment compared to every other business model out there, you're going to understand why this is one of the highest leverage opportunities available to a closer right now in 2026. And I'm not just talking about income potential. I'm talking about payback period. How fast can you get your money back and actually start profiting every single month? Because that's the real question when you're evaluating any business. Not how much can I make, but how fast do I start keeping it? So let's look at the numbers. I'm going to pull up an ROI calculator that me and my team have built and walk you through the worst case scenario and the best case scenario. And I think you'll be shocked by how different this is from anything else that you've looked at before. Okay, here's the ROI calculator. Now, the investment to get into this, you're probably wondering about, is not ridiculous compared to many franchises, and it's built into this ROI calculator that you're going to start seeing these profits after your initial investment. So this isn't just a course you watch, you're getting a done for you, actual back-end business infrastructure with a coach guiding your hand every single step of the way for 6 months. So let's say, the investment somewhere between 10 and 20,000, just to say, right? And then worst case, let's say it takes you a full month to close your first few clients. Now, this is assuming that the clients being closed per month are 3 per month. This is assuming that you're getting 20 to 30 qualified leads a month, which is totally doable, and your close rate is only 10%. I mean, most closers, they would say that's an abysmal close rate. But just starting out, let's just say in your first month, you only close 10%. This is a worst case scenario. And then what we're factoring into this calculation is a 50% churn of clients over a 3-month contract. So most clients we sign up on a 3-month contract, that means they agree to pay $3,000 to $5,000 per month for 3 months. And then half of those clients are falling off the books. Now you might be wondering, well, that doesn't sound like a really stable business if I'm losing half of my clients after 3 months. But the reality is when you're selling AI agency services or lead generation services, it's something very intangible. You're selling the opportunity for a business to grow their business. You're selling them leads, you're selling them appointments. Ultimately, it's in their control that they have to sell these deals. They have to actually work the leads properly. They have to have a system in place to be able to do that. You can assist them with some AI tools, but ultimately it's going to be their responsibility to close deals. So not everyone does great. It's about a 50-50 shot, usually what we've seen in our agency that we've scaled to 2 million per month in 1 year. Now, I'm personally running this business alongside you as I coach you through it. So I know everything that you're going to face. I know that about 50% of clients are going to drop off the books every 3 months, and that's okay because every single month you're bringing on new clients. So as you're seeing here, in month 1, you're closing 3 clients, month 2, you're closing 3 clients, month 3, you're closing 3 clients, and it's showing you your active clients here as you go along through the months. And it's showing you your monthly profit of what you're making. Now we're assuming here you're going to get on the low end of the spectrum a $3,000 per month client. And our profit margins that we estimate that we get in our agency is about 50%. So when a client is paying you $3,000 per month, you're going to profit about $1,500. The reason for that is because about $1,000 of the $3,000 is going to go toward actual raw costs of delivering the service for them, running the ads. And then about $500 is going to go to operational costs like software, or if you have a salesperson paying them a commission, etc. Now, as you can see here, your monthly profit is going up quite substantially over the course of the months. And the cumulative over 12 months on just signing up 3K a month clients a month, which once you start ramping it up and you get your close ratio up, you're going to start closing more than 3 clients a month. And you can turn the dial up on your leads once you start making some money so that you can start closing 5, 10, 15, 20 clients a month. And that's where this starts to get really, really interesting. So even if we just assume the worst case scenario, you only close at a 10% close ratio, you only signed up 3 clients per month. At the end of 12 months, you would have netted, this is net, $222,000. And this is something that you completely own, something that you can do from your laptop and your phone. You can travel anywhere you want, and you can work probably 20 to 30 hours a week and make 200 grand a year on the worst case scenario. This means you're like barely working, you're only closing 3 clients a month on 20 to 30 leads a month. But let's say you turned up the dial a little bit and you wanted to increase it to more leads per month. Maybe you have 40 leads per month now. And let's just say you increase your close rate to 15%, right? Let's just say, hey, we improved a little bit, we go up to 15%. Well, now you're closing 6 clients per month, and this is still assuming that half the clients after the 3-month contract fall off the books because it's inevitable, it's going to happen. Some people love the leads and they stay for years. We have clients that have stayed with us for 5, 6 years. And we have some clients who stay with us 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, 18 months. Some clients fall off after the 3rd month. It's part of the business, and it's just something you have to accept. Now, even after losing half the clients after the 3-month contract, you're going to net $447,000 net just working 40 leads a month and closing at 15% close ratio. Now, if you were to close these clients at an average of $4,000 per month, that would have netted you almost $600,000. So this is what we call kind of like a medium kind of scenario. Not worst case scenario, but kind of medium. You're working 30, 35 hours a week. You're closing 15% of about 40 leads a month, and you're netting 600 grand a year, probably putting you into the top 3 to 5% of income earners in the United States with a complete business package that is run by AI for you. I literally show you how you don't have to be an ad expert, you don't have to be a lead gen expert, you don't have to be a marketing expert. All you need to be able to do is get on calls and be able to follow a simple script and close clients consistently with this business model. Now, let's give you a kind of best case scenario. Let's say you got 50 qualified leads a month and you were able to close them at 25%. Right? This is where things get really interesting because even if you're selling on the very low end of $3,000 a month, remember the average is about $3,000 to $5,000 per month. Average clients. It depends on your niche. And believe me, the niche is not like a super secret thing. It's not like there's this super secret niche that's just going to make you the most money, because if that was the case, everyone would be targeting that niche and it would be so super saturated that no one would want to touch it. And that's kind of happened with a few niches. Like for instance, the personal injury lawyer niche. It's so saturated and lawyers pay 5, 10, 15, 20,000 on average. And so it's a very high paying niche, but it's so difficult to get clients. You're going to be lucky if you close at 10%. So this is the insight that I give you, having worked with many of these niches, to give you a niche that's number one, not totally tapped out. And number two, that's going to be able to get you consistent revenue. Now, in this best case scenario, you got 50 leads a month coming in qualified, like actual people that can pay for this, and they go through the whole call, they show up to the call, and you close them at 25%, still assuming that 3-month churn. You're closing about an average of 13 clients a month. And this is going to show you that if you close them at $3K a month on average, that's like a less expensive niche, right? You're closing packages on average of 3,000, which is the low end of the spectrum. You're going to net about 967,000 per year. All you have to do is make $80,000 a month or so net profit, and you're a millionaire. You have a 7-figure business. You're actually taking home $1 million a year. Now, if you were to sell them at a 4K package, right in the middle range of 3K to 5K, you're netting $1.2, $1.3 million in this business model in the first year. And there's not many other franchise businesses that can do that. Just think of some of the other franchise businesses that are out there, and how long the payback periods are. Like, let's talk about a McDonald's franchise. You know what the payback period is on a McDonald's franchise? 8.5 years. You're spending $1 million to $2 million up front. You don't see a full return on that investment for 8 to 9 years. And you've got 40 employees, inspections, food costs, real estate. It's a job disguised as a business. And then there's traditional brick and mortar businesses, like a franchise you could own, a salon, a gym, a restaurant. These types of businesses have a 2 to 4 year payback if it works, and most don't. The failure rate in the first 5 years for small businesses is over 50%. You're betting your savings on a coin flip. Now, what about real estate? Everyone's talking about real estate. Real estate is great long term, but cash on cash return, you're looking at 8 to 12% annually on a good deal. That's an 8 to 12 year payback on a pure return basis. And that's if you have the capital, the credit, and the time to manage tenants. Now, what about SaaS companies? Average time to profitability is 3 to 5 years if you make it, and most don't. Now, the difference with this model, look at this. I showed you the conservative scenario. Within 3 months, you're profitable. Best case, 1 month. Even a middle scenario where it takes you 4 or 5 months. Compare that to 8.5 years for McDonald's. There is no business model I've seen that's accessible to someone with sales skills and a modest starting investment that gives you this kind of return timeline. I don't know of any other one. And most of the competitors you'll be facing don't have sales skills, and they're doing well. And here's what makes this different from a job or even a traditional sales role. When you close a client at $3,000 a month, that payment comes back every month unless they cancel. Even with 50% of them canceling after 3 months, you're still getting paid with most clients by month 6, month 12, month 24. You're not starting from zero every month. You're actually stacking. Show me a W-2 job that does that. I want to be clear about what this model requires of you and what it doesn't. You do not need to build AI systems, manage tech, do client fulfillment, hire employees, or run ads yourself. The infrastructure is already built. I'm giving you the blueprint. The AI does the work. You just need to sell. If you're a closer, this is your lane. All right, so let's bring this home. You've seen the calculator, you've seen the numbers, and I think the question you're sitting with right now, if I had to guess, is this real? Can I actually do this? And here's what I want you to think about. Most business opportunities are sold to you on potential. This could be huge. This market is massive. This could make millions. And look, potential does matter. But what matters more is probability. What's the realistic scenario for someone like you with your skills? You already know how to sell. You already know how to build rapport, handle objections, close deals. That's the hard part, and you've already done the work to develop it. Could you close at 10, 15, 20%? That's all I've shown you with this calculator. This model doesn't ask you to learn something new from the ground up. It asks you to take the skill you already have and point it at a better target. A target where every client you close is worth $3,000 to $5,000 every single month, residually. A target where the fulfillment is handled, so you never have to become an operations person. A target where you can realistically hit ROI positive, not 3 years, not 8 years, 30 to 90 days. This is built for closers, for people who don't want to run a complicated operation, for people who want the simplest possible path between their skills and a serious income. And when you stack 4 clients at $3,000 each, that's $12,000 a month, recurring, without adding a single new client that month. When you stack 8 clients at $4,000 each, that's $32,000 a month. And you close those one conversation at a time. This is a high income opportunity, not a side hustle, not a gig, a business with real margins, real recurring revenue, and real leverage. And you're actually solving real problems for true businesses. The only question is whether you're going to do something with that information. If you're serious and you want to understand exactly how this works, the infrastructure, the AI, the coaching, the sales process, there's a link below this video. Book a call with us. Let's talk through your situation. Let's see if you're a fit. But don't watch this video and do nothing, because the people who are building this right now are closing clients this week. They're stacking clients every single month, like my students do. We have a call every single week, and I do one-on-ones with them. And I see them actually doing this in multiple niches. This is the ground floor, but it doesn't stay open forever. You already have the most important skill. Now it's just about using it in the right business. I'll see you on the call, because the reality is that most people that go into this business are techie. They know how to do all the back-end stuff that AI can now replace them. But the one thing they can't do is sell. And that's why I'm presenting this opportunity to salespeople first, because I've noticed in working with over 500 agencies over the last 5 years is that the people who succeed in this business are people that are sales first mentality. They know sales. And if you know sales, then this could be the very opportunity that changed your life. I'll see you on the call.